And we're back, y'all.
What's
Old
good,
School
y'all?
Vibes.
Old School New Vibes. Welcome back.
Demon Arc.
So,
Logan is in with us in spirit. You know,
again, yo, wait, where you at, son? Where you at?
where you at, Chief? It's all good. The old heads will hold it down.
As always, right?
What's good, my bro? What's the
Chilling, bro.
latest?
You know, chilling. Happy to be alive. Um,
Me too. Me too. I'm happy to be alive.
fam is good. Uh, Kids are
Yeah,
good.
good,
You
good.
know, post Valentine's school. Did the
That's
indoor
the hood.
restaurant, which was
Oh
great.
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
So good
yeah.
to be back inside.
I'm in Jackson Heights, so when I walk down on Northern Boulevard, I see everybody going in. Uh,
It felt
back to
good
the
to
indoor
sit.
dining.
It felt good to sit down and not have to leave my jacket on. You
Word
know,
up. Yeah. Oh, those outdoor fucking cold ass.
yo, shout out to a few of them though that really go in and they make the outdoor indoor or indoor outdoor
So
experience.
stupid. It's like you can't dine indoor, but you're outdoor, but it's still indoor.
Yeah,
It's like
I
the
don't
dumbest shit
understand it. I
ever.
don't understand it, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it felt good, to be back in there and just seeing how many people are employed by that. It's just good to see that it's opening up and people could somehow go back into making currency or making a
Yeah.
living for themselves. Because
Facts.
that's the part that a lot of people miss out on. That how important a lot of these industries that got shut down. We look at them. Well, not we, but the majority of people look at them like, okay, it's leisure, so they don't really associate something serious or the serious like side effects or just repercussions that can happen from everything being shut down. And then
Yeah.
when you come back in and you just see it, it's like, wow, I hope people really realize and tip, your patrons. I mean, the patrons tip their waiters a lot more
Yeah.
uh, graciously. The
Good.
same
Yeah.
thing.
I tried every time we ordered takeout, I always throw at least a $5 tip in there for the delivery people. They're like the essential workers now. Like, they even though they're annoying when you're driving, like they're getting your fucking way, but I understand that they're striving
Thanks,
to make a living right now.
they
Wait,
definitely
wait,
be in the.
real quick. Shout out to all the restaurants, all the family restaurants and the private restaurants that survived this whole shutdown, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Much props, because
Thanks.
I'm sure it was very tough getting through this.
Yeah, man. I mean, mostly for the New York City area, but like you go out to Long Island, that's been open, and all these other places. You know, a lot of places. I just saw online that New Zealand was like open official tissue. They're having concerts,
Yeah,
30,000
yeah,
plus
yeah.
concerts.
New Zealand was super strict from the beginning. Like
Yeah.
they were being super duper strict. Like so, to each his own. But you can't compare New Zealand to like New York or Los Angeles. It's a huge metropolis that you find in the United States. I think it's different for every country,
Yeah, I
and
agree.
people out here do what the fuck they want to do, and
I do what I want.
yeah,
It's,
people do
that's
what they
that's
want.
that's the mentality
Yeah,
of New Yorkians. Until
yeah.
now, you do what you thought you did. Now you
They
gotta sit down for a little while.
yeah,
We all sat down.
you
Shit, we
do what
still sitting.
yeah
I'm saying right now, well, and
yeah.
it's like even when everything opens up again, you gonna see it's just a different vibe. So people gonna have to get reactivated.
It's a different world, bro. Like
Yeah,
what's crazy that I watch movies, like I sit down and watch a movie with my girl, and it's like older movies from like the 90s or even the early 2000s. You see like crowds of people, and you just think in the back of your head, like, wow, this is how it
yo,
used to be. This is how it used to be, and now it's not like this anymore. It's crazy, bro. It's a whole different reality. Like, how are kids gonna see this? Like, it's like you tell them, it's like what you read in history books, and now basically you're telling your kids how history used to be. You know what I mean? Like, this is how it used to be when we used to go out into concerts and full of people in
there-
restaurants.
I feel like there's a meme that says that a few, and there's a meme for everything nowadays, but There's one in particular that has a grandmother, like with her walker, and then she's telling her granddaughter, "We used to have concerts. There used to be bands performing," and she's like, "Yeah, grandma, take your pills." It's like, I mean, you know what? I don't think so. I think it's getting to that point where the people are getting to that boiling point. And I think, like always, the true people, there's always pockets of people that are always on mode, always ready to go for whatever, spark off this revolution, whatever. But the majority of the status quo, if you will, they've gotten to that point where, like, okay, safety is safety, but you know what? Yeah. Like, something needs to happen. And look, they'll turn on you quick, man. Look what happened. They used to uplift Homo, right? And now he's like under so much fire right now. They're talking about he even has certain like a few things that he has to go to court. Yeah. All I heard is that he's under fire right now, and it's like, this is the one y'all praised, who was happy.
I never fucking praised him.
You know what I mean by them, and it's like, man, they'll just turn on you, bro. Cancel culture now.
Yeah, we'll get into cancel culture, but it's like, yeah, like I see states like Florida and Texas that are just like, they're living it up. I mean, they're not, there's, I guess it's normal spread, but they figured out a way to do it. And why can't New York or LA or California, like different states throughout the country? I just, it's a mix and match, but
I think, without getting all conspiracy-ish, too late for that, but I think that they're making more money with the way the current constrictions they have, how many bailouts they get in, how many other, and the only ones that really get those checks are the bigger corporations, the mom and pops and all the independent ones. They're the ones suffering, which again, the bigger corporations benefit off of that once all that's said and done, because they just come in and buy off the areas. And there's even now there's there's gonna be a lot of changes now in businesses and renting and homes, buying houses. All of that is gonna change, man. Regulations. Yeah. Even after that, things are changing.
Yeah, renting office space. Like, what do you need all this office space for when people could work from home? Like, I've proven it for a year. I'm sure it's not like that for everyone, but still, like, you could do your job from home. What do you need office space for?
I know.
You know what I mean?
And literally, we've had like done trainings for like 6 people, like maybe 60, 70 people on a conference call, Microsoft Teams, and doing trainings, like shit that you would do in a big facility or whatever. It's crazy, man.
Yeah. But, we'll see if this is beneficial to the human race or detrimental. We'll see. It's still a question to be learned, but we just got to go with it, man. We're part of the matrix. We're part of it. So
and if there's something, we just have to also be courageous enough to change, to not wait for the consensus to make things change, but for ourselves. And the way we do it is by, first of all, how you carry yourself, and these are delicate lines, man, because I feel like you offend so many people, man. I see it. So many families being divided by certain families believe this and other families believe that about the pandemic. And man, it's sad, bro. That's a whole other conversation to be had.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, how do you feel that connects to like the music industry as an artist? How does an artist adapt to this new climate of this whole virtual thing and not being able to perform in public and things like that? They are starting little by little. Like I follow a lot of comedians and I see like they're doing big like outdoor. I mean, I actually went last year. I went to see some comedians in an open space, a huge like parking lot facility. Where do you think that's going? I mean, as far as the music industry,
I think I'm going to reference something we said in our last one too about we're in a stage where now where we can literally dictate what we want to do. We can create our own reference for everything. And the people who are doing that attest to that, like comedians. I forgot who you went to go see. They had like some drive-in in Connecticut. Do you remember?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I was just talking about. I went to see Chris
things like that.
Stefano and Andrew
And,
Santino.
and even shout out to Dave Chappelle who just recently did something redemption song a couple of days ago. Have you seen that? He put out like a little segment. It was
Dave
maybe
Chappelle?
about 15, 20 minutes.
He redid the Bob Marley joint?
No, he called that segment. It's like, now he does these, I don't know, it's like these dialogues and they're about 15 minutes and he just goes to a remote place and has an audience.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Killed it. So maybe a few days ago, he did something.
He did a new one?
Yeah, it was crazy. And he shouted out. He shouted out Netflix and all that. He made peace with them and he allowed them. They gave him money. They gave him millions of dollars to put out. Remember, he told everybody to kind of boycott Dave Chappelle.
Well, they took it down. Netflix and HBO.
And HBO. They put it back up and they gave him money.
I got to see it though before they took it down.
They brought it back up and he said they made money. One thing that he noted, he was like, bro, he's not supposed to win. The road he's taking and how he's going about his business, he's saying that you have to see this. I wish you would have seen this before this, because one comment he said, yeah, I caught the COVID, and that's when all the cowards rejoiced. Ooh. He said because they saw me out there and I was performing, and I would get so much hate mail from these cowards saying, how can you be out there? And, you're potentially getting by. So when he got sick, all those cowards were like, I told you, you see what you get, blah, blah, blah. And he was, and I'm back now, bitches. Like something along the lines where he's
this joint right here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna
it was so dope. Yeah, it was really good. And I love the fact that he said that because, man, we can't let what's going on destroy us, man. We can't, because it's gonna pass. Everything passes. And if it gets to the point where we allow it to pass and it just took everything with us from who we are, our dignity, our integrity, our motivation, our discipline, these are things that we can't sit around and allow just to decay. Discipline would not wait until something else finishes. Discipline is like, yo, my G, do that right now. You got to get up and do this right now. So discipline has to trump motivation, has to trump even hope sometimes, you know what I mean? And I believe in hope to a certain degree, Hope should be something that allows, it's like almost the carrot dangling in front of the mule, that's hope. Eventually you can get that carrot just there. And once you figure out how to get that carrot, you can. But maybe that's not the greatest analogy, but hope is definitely something that allows you to thrive. But he's definitely, he does that now. He'll just go out there and do a quick comedy set, put it out on his own. And he's breaking the norm of a lot of what other artists will do, or entertainers. And I think that that's what's happening now across the board. The only ones that are really only thriving are ones that are creating something new, even if it is virtual, which is, again, we're limited to certain things, but it's back there. It's back at that point now where iTunes just came on the scene and physical copies now were threatened. Like, oh my God, what do we do? The artists had to go through the same transition, much easier back then because you're still getting, even when they're just figuring it out now, but still it's in that transition period. It's like, okay, now our resources are more virtual. How can we do this? And how can we get up in person too? And that's the thin line, that you got to cross, because a lot of people right now don't want the up close and personal.
Yeah.
But is that something that, even us internally, GED and architects, we all have that, like, okay, we're creating music, and this is what's happening with music too. A lot of the big artists aren't dropping their material. Drake pushed back his album till whenever. None of the real big artists are dropping because the majority of the big artists have that commercial appeal music that's in the club. There's really no club. I mean, people are still making.
They rely on shows and concerts too.
And that as well. but no one's really performed like that. At least
That's what I'm saying. So why
so,
drop a new album if you can't go perform it, right?
so the sound of music is even a question right now. You can't be, you can't drop it and record the same experience or the same jargon. You can't. It's different things that we're in a different climate.
Mm.
And if you do, it's not gonna make a big impact. So I feel like even artists now are getting more creative and they're going. There's a new term is going upstairs with it now. You gotta go up here now, and they're getting a little bit more creative. So a lot of material has more depth to it. There's artists, more conceptual. It's not just the easy 1, 2, 3 songs, and I appreciate that, But I know there's a lot of artists out there that's struggling, man. To make ends meet, it's not as easy. And you have those artists that were living off of tours, off of the major artists, and they would just, open it up, and they'll still get their money, and they still get their notoriety, and they still get, merchandise.
So it's like a trickle down effect.
Yeah, man, and it's crazy right now. A lot of the big artists are, even the big artists,
So it's time to adapt and mutate. You got to become a mutant and change it up.
Adapt or die. That's really that's where it's happening now, because right now the attention span is only not so long. Like people listen for a little while, and as soon as you lose interest, boom, they move on to the next one. They don't believe
I like that. I'm gonna name this episode "Adapt or Die." That saying.
You know what I'm saying? That's like
y'all saw it here first. Whoever thinks of using it, we're gonna make some teas out of it. Adapt or die.
Adapt or die. But I mean,
for real.
Musically, there's people who are still dropping stuff like singles. A lot of people still like. What did I see recently? I saw Tory Lanez and Lil Wayne. Somebody else, some chick, I forgot, but they got a song called Big Tempest. It's all Tory Lanez joint. Saw the video, so but I think he's in Canada, and I don't know how it is in Canada, but the video looked lit, So it was good to see another lit, like, who else just dropped the video that was kind of lit too? Cardi B. But did you see the controversy with the song she dropped?
Bro, when I say that I'm out of the loop with new music stuff, I'm seriously out of the loop. I'm like in
Instagram.
my own bubble, bro.
I'm surprised that it doesn't come up in Instagram.
No, I don't follow like music artists like that. Straight up. I follow and I follow a few other like hip hop artists, like real hip hop artists.
We should even
not
do this in real. We should even do this in real time. You should Google real quick Cardi B's new Up, and then put Up and Stuck controversy, right? So what happens is she puts out a song, and there's another artist who put out the same a song with the same hook about I want to say August, September, and she just recently dropped the video for it and put it out. But in one of her live videos a little earlier in August, maybe like a week before on record, that other artist dropped it. She's seen singing it or whatever, saying something. But it's exactly alike, like word for word. If it's up, then his stuff is the same flow. So I mean, I don't know about ages. Somebody copied somebody now. It's word for word.
As Cardi B slaps down plagiarism allegations over her new single "Up." Is that it?
Yeah, you have to see it as like it's word for word. So I get it.
Did she bite it or not? Did she copy it or not? What do you think?
Shit, you know what? I can't even put it out.
She's been accused of plagiarism. Wow.
Because those guys didn't put it out till about September, right? Yeah. I know you could sit on a song for a minute before you even release it.
Her official music video reached 13 million views, bro. She's super mainstream.
She's the new. I mean, she's I guess the current Drake, if you will. Until Drake comes out again. But when she drops, it's like boom. She shakes the whole game. Yeah. There's only a certain few artists that can do that. She's definitely one of them. And aside from that, I get it. I don't dislike Cardi B. I think if she is writing, or I think she did go on record and say she doesn't have writers. I like what they do. She makes good entertainment.
She's a good entertainer.
But when you get those accusations like this one, it just tarnishes the whole legacy a little, you know?
Yeah. I see the article. It's an insider article here. But
And
yeah,
things like that, yeah, believe it or not, it could that's like a big chink in the armor. That's like a King Kong slash straw. You know what I mean? Like, you got one. Like Drake had that when Meek Mill said, yeah, you know, when he exposed for having a ghostwriter.
Yeah, it could be she didn't know. She's just like regurgitating something that she didn't know was copied.
So yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to be a little bit more politically correct. Fine, I won't.
and I mean, listen, I'm unbiased here, right?
Our writers,
because you're telling me about it, so I'm just giving my initial reaction to it. It seems like she didn't know that her writers copied the whole fucking record, right? Oh, it was a song.
Yeah, and, yo, imagine if it goes a little deeper. Let's play with this. The people who wrote it know the people over there, and it's like, yo, let's make some, because you know that they caught a bunch of million views off of that too.
Yeah.
So that artist over there is getting million views. That gets pumped up.
So you think they're in cahoots with each other? You think it's like a whole big?
Man, if we want to get crazy conspiracy,
I see where you're going with this. I see. It's one whole conglomerate.
Because it's word for word, bro. So unless those, so if it wasn't word for word, I would say, you know, maybe even the writer was in a session and he overheard, and then it just subliminally remembered that, because you know that happens every now and then. You're listening to stuff and then you, how many times haven't you told somebody something and then the following day they're like, yo, did you know that this? Like, yeah, dude, I told you that shit yesterday.
Well, there's a thin line between paying homage and just straight up biting. And you could pay homage by like flipping a line and making it your own, and like, you know what I'm saying, giving respect to the creator who originally said it. But if you're gonna bite a whole thing word for word, then that's
because I get it. It's a casual phrase, you know, it's known, a common phrase. Yeah. But when you put it back to back like that, and it's word for word, like the whole melody and everything, then it gets a little like somebody had to hear it first, man. And if they did hear it, then that's when it gets a little bit weirder, you know. So, yo, Cardi B, if you want another writer, let me know. I won't fight anybody.
Yo, holla at my boy Ark. He'll write some shit up.
No, bars of death. But
Architect with the bars of death.
You know, that was pretty much it. I see any other new videos. You know me, I love battle rap too.
So I heard Meek Mill got into it with Takashi. That's a little TMZ news. They got started a little barking at each other in the parking lot.
That was also a setup, you know, and I know like
maybe they're working on a collab on the low. Who knows?
Yo, nowadays, man, it's WWE.
Well, my thing is, WWE. My thing is like, Takashi tells him, "Yo, you got police with you, like motherfucker. You got police and security. You got police and security and all types of security with you. Like, what are you talking about?"
He is the police and stuff. Right?
Yeah,
crazy.
That's I'm so disconnected from this new music scene, bro.
There's this double, you know. We're East New York all day. What does that mean? Is that we ain't scared. Like, we will represent, we'll take over, and we'll care for our home and for the safety of our families. That doesn't mean I'm out there gangbanging. You know what I mean? Like, I'm East New York all day, you're East New York. None of us out there claiming any set.
Yeah.
Or crew, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So when you're in that Meek Mill shoes, right? Came out of jail. They hate him. You know, right now the losses, they hate him, bro. That's how he kind of danced away right now. They're probably looking for a way to pull him back in.
Yeah, but Meek was about that street life, though.
That's what I'm saying.
He was, you know what I mean? He was moving that.
So you got dudes that are saying, oh, somebody in his clique should have kind of like went around and okie doke or whatever. A lot of the real quote G's are saying that he's pussy right now because he didn't do something about it, even though they were there and cops and everything was round about it. It was like, if you bout it, you bout it, like regardless of whatever the consequences are.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I can't answer that because I'm not out there banging and crippling like that. You know what I mean? So
You talking
that's
about Meek? You talking about Meek?
yeah, because
Well,
I'm seeing this he's getting slandered right now for it. You know what I mean? Like
I don't think he deserves it because he's at
no,
another level of his life. He's more mature now. He's
so I'm
older.
saying.
He's got more at stake, and he's out of jail, so he's got eyes on him, and he's got to be careful with his moves. Like I don't knock him for not going
I
crazy.
a million
You're
percent
gonna
agree.
risk it all. You're gonna risk it all and go back to jail over a dumb, stupid beef in a
But
parking lot with Takashi.
I'm not.
You know what I'm saying?
I've seen.
Like that's stupid. That's instigating shit. Like you're gonna instigate from the sidelines. Yo, you should have done this. Yo, you should. Come on, bro.
I know, bro. We heard that so much.
Meek is an OG, bro. He's been
Yeah,
in the game. He don't need to prove nothing to nobody. Meek
he
is an
doesn't.
OG of the game. He don't need. Come on, bro. Takashi.
But a lot of the quote G's that about that life are saying that don't now you should change how you rap
Don't
because
talk about it if you're not gonna be about it.
exactly.
No.
So I mean, to a certain degree, I guess there has to be a little bit of both, or at least acknowledge that, say that shit. I cleaned up a little. Like I can't be as dirty as I was before.
Yeah, but if anything, Jay's not saying that. You know what I mean? Jay's
Yes,
still talking
yes.
about.
But Jay's on some. I pay somebody to do that.
He's on some billionaire boys club shit now.
Yeah. So if anything, that's the same thing. We gotta approach that too. Like he won't get his hands dirty. He can't get his hands dirty. Because right
He
now,
shouldn't have to over some petty shit.
not even have to shit in once. Like the whole point to escape certain like struggles is not to keep them there and like nurture them. It's to like break free from them, bro.
Break that cycle, yeah.
And level up, man.
Yeah, definitely level up. So
But leveling up is mentally, is spiritually, is not just financially.
Yeah, you're right. I agree. Maybe I'm a little biased. I fucks with me. I fucks with Meek Mill.
I like Meek.
I like his music. I like his catalog. I can't say the same for Takashi. So I don't know. Here's the thing, right? We're not there, so we don't know how it went down. He could have been in the complete wrong, and Takashi could have been standing up for himself. We don't know because we're not there. And we can't assume who's right and who's wrong, right?
Because there's like 5 videos out there from each perspective.
Yeah, we got to be unbiased about this. So,
but
the thing is nobody got shot, nobody's dead, and so they live to see another day.
And that's the biggest takeaway. But the reason why it is a little biased is because not even a little, a lot, because Takashi's a rat. So
and he's still out there, like he's acting like if nothing, you know what I mean? Like he's unfazed by any of that.
And then the thing is that now, on top of all of that, now you go back and he's going back to his old ways, bro, like taunting bigger artists, and that's how he makes his significance, is by like creating rumors and starting beef with other people. Yeah, because he is not like, man, I wish I could like one of his songs for as much. Sometimes I ain't gonna front, I feed into the drum like, yo, what? Let me see this. Let me click what the heck he's doing. A lot of those voiceovers, the one you sent was loud.
Oh man. Yo, whoever's doing that shit, it's so funny, bro. Like it sounds like he's really saying that shit.
Yo.
And then it goes with his mannerisms. Whoever's doing that, shout out to that kid, man. He's
come do our shit. Come do some.
Yo, it's so funny, bro. We gotta post a link to that shit.
Yeah,
man. It's I'm disconnected from that, bro. My bubble is, movies, music, martial arts. I gotta give myself a little shameless plug.
Please do. I watch this stuff, man. I learned from your stuff. Because I mean, I'm into, I watch the prize fights and shit like that. And boxing, I'm more about. I know I could talk boxing, but a lot of MMA. There's so many. That's the thing. And I not even knowing the top dudes. There's a lot of it's like music. You got a lot of up and coming and underground that dudes like, yo, this thing is that. This dude is that. So Same thing.
Watch that new Justice League video I just put out. It's gonna break down the whole background of why it turned out like that. It's bro, I can't wait.
You're talking about Justice
The
League?
Justice League Snyder
I'm
Cut.
talking about the MMA stuff.
No, I know. I just switched it up on you.
Yo,
I just hit you with a
I
fucking.
will want to see that. All right,
Purple.
break this down for me because I didn't see that. I didn't even see the
You didn't see
trailer
that?
yet.
Yeah.
So it's a total separate movie.
No. So I'll make it quick.
He's just darker, right? He has a different outfitters.
It's so back then, Zack Snyder was the original director. He's the guy that did Man of Steel. He did Batman v Superman. A lot of people didn't like those movies. I was one of the few people that liked it.
So
He had a vision, right, to do this and to build up to do the Justice League. He shot the Justice League. They filmed the whole thing, but he had a tragedy in his family. Somebody committed suicide in his family, so he left the project. And they brought in Joss Whedon, the director of the Avengers, to finish everything. They did some reshoots, they did post-production, and we got that hot mess that came out. That Justice League movie, that shit was it was all over the place.
It wasn't that bad though.
It was okay, but bro, the first shot
it wasn't Wonder Woman.
The first shot is fucking
Who shot
Superman.
Wonder Woman? The last one she did.
It's the same lady. She did both movies. Fuck. I'm sorry. No. She Patty Jenkins. Sorry, she did the first one. I think I don't know.
I like the first one. I don't like the second one.
She did both of them, but anyway, so Zack Snyder had a vision to do this Justice League. He had to leave the project, and they put out to rush the movie out. Remember when it came out in theaters? And it was a hot mess, and everybody hated it. I didn't like it. I mean, how you gonna have Superman with a CGI fucking mouth? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it was just trash. The reason why he had the CGI mouth?
Because he had different.
No, he grew, the actor Henry Cavill grew a mustache. He grew a beard. Remember, he was in the last Mission Impossible movie, a Fallout. He was one of the characters in it. He had facial hair, so he couldn't shave it off. So they said, "All right, we're gonna CGI a clean cut face."
Wow, that is.
And they did reshoots, and that's why he looks all mad corny. So this,
I gotta pay attention because I just recently seen it again. They were just playing it.
It's whack.
I don't think it was.
So, but this shit is gonna blow that shit. This is what Zack Snyder wanted to put out originally.
Okay.
So they put the money, all the post production, special effects. Now HBO Max, they came together and they threw the bag at him and said, "Here, do whatever the fuck you want." And you know the illest shit? This shit is rated R, homie.
Oh, man.
So this shit, you know how you
there's blood in it.
You know how you see those cartoon Justice League movies that everybody's getting fucking torn apart? It might be like that. Yeah. It's gonna be violent.
Yo,
so imagine seeing
an episode on that one. Yo, you know what I just saw right now? That was insane. And I saw it in the movies and I fell asleep because it was a little late. But the Rise of the Dark Knight or whatever, the one with Bane. And,
Dark Knight Rises.
That shit was 3 hours, bro. Yeah. So it was 2 hours and 45 minutes.
You know, I told my girl we got to see that. I seen it, but we're gonna rewatch the whole Batman trilogy.
Bro, it was amazing. Amazing, bro.
I love it. Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, I think he's a better Batman than Ben Affleck, man. I don't know, man. Ben Affleck's a little too stiff, I think. And yo, just the whole pause. Yo, you know what's funny? You say pause. Like I was watching Jim Jones. I forgot what he was on. And we were talking about how
Dipset.
Yeah, he was talking about how Dipset created pause. I mean, no, they created no homo. There was like no homo. That was what they do.
They invented it.
You know the phrase. And then he was saying, and then y'all Brooklyn dude, y'all went out and it was like created pause after. Yeah, so he said that Brooklyn created pause. I mean, I still I say whoa, whoa, whatever. It's fun. It depends on who's your audience.
This should sound like some old school, like Manhattan keeps on taking it, Brooklyn keeps on taking it,
Right.
Queens keeps on.
Because I
Yeah,
know
so it sounds like that shit. Like, who
he,
cares, bro? Like, it's
I
part of the
think
culture.
I think Logan uses pause just because he inherited that word in his vocabulary
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
But he does. He's always like, oh, that's already it's gone.
And we say
We all
joking
that.
around. We say
Yeah.
joking around.
Yeah. Again, it depends on your audience.
Yeah. Pause. So he took credit for creating that word. No homo.
Yeah. Right. Yo. Nowadays, man, you could kind of you got Jay-Z. Jay-Z said that he was the first artist to use swag in a song, and he referenced it too. Back in the days, that song.
Yeah, swag.
Yeah, Swagger Jack or something.
Swagger Jacker.
I forgot the name of the song, but he referenced that too.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like I mean, I don't know how many people use cream nowadays.
That's old school.
Right? No one really uses. You got.
Yo,
cream.
I gotta go get that cream. I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't ring. It doesn't ring.
Nah, it's bag. Everything's bag. Yeah, I get that.
Yo,
bag.
I said off the chain a few times. I don't even know if that's in style anymore. Like, I don't know what the off the chain is dead.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yo, so when you see me say off the chain in a video, it's fucking played out. But see, look, I just said played out, but you could still say that shit is played out.
Yeah, you can still say that.
You know
but you know what? Nowadays, everything is retro anyway.
Yo, it's crazy, bro.
If a 13-year-old says it, then it's relevant.
So okay, so what's the equivalent of saying off the chain? Remember when we
that's lit. That's lit.
Not even, bro. Like, that's lit.
Probably a new word. That's
lit. Turned into like some white pop culture shit. Hey, that's fucking lit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's got to be something else.
Well, right now, one of the newest phrases, and it's not new, but like, is that bop? The bop is the bop. B-O-P.
I don't know.
I know. This.
Like,
remember how vibe was?
Yeah.
Oh, it is the vibe.
Yeah.
But a vibe.
That's gonna be time. Vibe is timeless because it's part of the name of the show.
I know. I know this.
Wow. So off the chain is played out. Remember, for a little while, people used to say, "Yo, that shit is off the meat rack."
Oh man, I think that was a more East New York. Like, I don't know anybody outside of East New York that's off the meat rack.
Shout out to the East New York crew.
Shout out to what was his name? Gabi, bro, Garbanzo.
Oh man, God bless him, man. I miss him. He's a funny dude, man. He's a good dude.
Every now and then he'll send me some super inappropriate, like, some retarded shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy how, like, a lot of old school, high school homies, Instagram. That's one of the good things about social media that allows you to just quickly reconnect. Even if there's a lot of times, like, just in passing, I'll get a random from one of my boys. Oh damn, son, just
do you now you say that because I see, like, our boys posting shit. They going out partying and stuff like that. Do you think FOMO is a real thing? Because I see stuff like that. I'm like, yo, I really don't care to be there. I mean, I would care to be there to catch up on my friends, like, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, catch up with people that I'm close with, but like Dom, for example. But it's just missing out on a big party a bit. Like, I don't feel that fear of missing out thing. To me, it's not a thing.
I don't miss out on it, but I definitely, when I see it, it makes me want to have it because the more, when did for my birthday, last November.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody, like all the old school, dudes that I grew up with were out.
So yeah, amazing. Man, I am so sorry, bro. I know I didn't make it.
I was in the thing.
I know. It was my boy's 40th. You know what I mean?
I felt, he's cool too. I remember.
Boy, old dog.
Yeah, I'm messing too. He was very cool.
I was getting too crazy on the whiskey that night, bro.
Yeah, you don't want to drive. Yeah, that's all.
And on top of that, they were starting to close shit down. Remember, they put the early curfew.
Well, now
but I would have loved to. I would have loved to have been there. You know what I mean? But
it's open to 11 now. Now things aside from dining. They gave us an extra hour on
you know what they do. You know what they need to do is stop putting all these fucking curfews and let people live their fucking life, bro. Like who are you telling us that we can't stay at a restaurant till 12, 1 o'clock? Like that. So between those hours, COVID is like, it doesn't make sense.
I'm gonna reference
Y'all need to stop that bullshit.
I'm gonna reference the episode again. Adapt to die. What your boy Rogan did. Boy said, you know what? I'm leaving. Went to Texas. Set up shop.
He said, peace.
And we literally got to be at that, you know. I'm sure we've all had this conversation plenty of times, but maybe it's time now to visit those ideas, you know.
Yeah.
Because I ain't with this, bro. The whole confinement and all that, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I did see the blessing. You gotta look for the blessing in every lesson, but I think
blessing in every lesson.
I see right now, like it definitely helped me stabilize my what I think of a family and what it should be and how to really nurture it. And that's one thing that really I learned how to value a lot more that I didn't value before, you know. Like even, you know, of course it disrupted a lot of other areas of my life, but the areas like seeing my son, seeing my wife like all the time, it feels good, you know, to have them close. But, you know, I learned how to kind of revalue things and see what's really important. But it also has helped me create new ideas now for stuff like, you know, of course, what we're doing, I love this, man. And I wish that we could do, and I know it's just still fairly new. This is still, you know, we're not as consistent as
it's only the beginning.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
The kinks will be out, and we'll be able to facilitate this a lot more essentially. But man, yeah, and hopefully Logan will come back on that.
Yo, we got a third member, guys. He's out there somewhere.
Yo, we should get like open up another get draw like a stick figure. And put Logan.
Listen, in all fairness, he was down to do it Sunday, but that's on you for doing it, scheduling it for Valentine's Day. And
I know he's working too.
And I can't knock him.
I know what he's, you know, with the thing with
we're just teasing, man.
With that era, they're nonstop working, bro. There's no 9 to 5. There's a 9. I know. So I wake up.
But in all fairness, what we do, we got the 9 to 5s and we got the extra hustles too. So we got a little bit of both. You know what I mean? So
are you going back to stripping or not?
And we not yet. I got to lose some weight first. But we still make time. You know what I'm saying? The point
your skin looks good, my G. You're exfoliating. Before
I accept that compliment, we still make time for, you know what I'm saying, for everything else. But yeah, thank you. I went on I fucking joke around now, like to my girl. I'm like, is that part of a low sodium diet? Because I'm on a low sodium diet now. Like I'm getting on a high horse now. Like I can't eat that. That's not low sodium.
Yo, you sound like Xavier. I told you, in like, what was it? Early December. He wasn't feeling so well, and he hasn't thrown up since like he was an infant, kind of. So he didn't really remember how throwing up felt. And he had like thrown up, and it just was horrible experience. And it made him eat, like, forget it. Now he eats greens, he eats vegetables, he eats fruits every morning. He's that same diet that we were discussing. He follows that pretty much, probably more strict than myself. Because, you know, I cheat every now and then too, you know. But he's, you know, and the great thing is that he's doing it now willingly. And I don't deprive him of anything. If anything, I forcefully give him candy every now and then, so that he doesn't like crave it and then lose the balance of it.
Yeah,
because that's the point. You want to get to a diet where you're not eliminating, you're not just following a strict regimen.
You're not eliminating the fun stuff either.
Yeah, because then after like 3 months and you see like gains, all it takes is for like a crazy weekend and for you to get those taste buds going back. We're like, oh my God, this is what this tastes like. You miss it. Incorporate that into your little bits of it, not a lot. And the most important, more than what the intake is the output. what are you putting, like, what are you doing with your body? Movement. You got to make sure you're moving. The more you move around, the more you exercise, the more you do things, the more you can consume, and the more you should. When I started running, bro, I started eating crazy. And not even because I burned.
You got to fuel.
Yeah, bro. I started
temple.
And I was like following even the more strict diet.
Do you give yourself one rest day? Like just fuck off completely?
I take 2 rest days.
Okay. Just to like.
But you know what's funny? Even my rest days, my treats, I've learned how to healthanize them. You know what I mean? Like it'll be dark chocolate with like oats, you know, like a peanut butter or something.
So you won't have that on like a strict day?
Well, what I do is I put a little bit into my oatmeal. So like I was telling you before, I'll make like some oatmeal where it's like almost like a dessert, but it's actually still good for you. Like you get almond butter, you get, you know, what's that called? Quick quinoa, you know, or the chia seeds, or you get oats, like just regular organic oats. And you put that with a paste. The paste will be the almond butter, or a little bit of honey on top of that too, which makes it. I put honey in everything.
Do you put the turmeric in that? Any of that?
No.
Or is that just tea?
That's just in the morning. That's not even tea, bro. Just room temperature water. One tablespoon of that, lemon, a little bit of cinnamon. If you got cayenne pepper, put a little cayenne pepper, a little bit of honey. You screw it up. That's the first thing you drink. That goes right to your liver, and it goes right to is an anti-inflammatory. So if you have any like aches and pains, within a few minutes, but no less than within half an hour, you woke up with whatever little ache, it'll be gone, bro. Because that's what it is. You know, instead of you taking a Tylenol or anything, turmeric is a natural anti-inflammatory. So you take a heaping tablespoon of that for the day. And then boom, after that, you have your fruits. And this is all the stuff that he follows.
To this day.
So yeah, man, it has to be something that's sustainable. You cannot create a diet that you're going to end up just, because you get those people that are juice. We've all tried it, and we've seen like, you know, oh shit, I did this for like a week, and I lost 25 pounds or something. And then they go right back to regular meals. And then it was like nothing. It's like, why even do that? So create something. And probably one of the best thing is your emotional behavior of what you think about food. When you start thinking about too much pressure about food, you put your mind into, anytime you're like worrying, even if it's a slight worry, your body goes into a fight or flight mode. So you stop, your metabolism doesn't work in a fight or flight mode at all. So once you go into that worry mode, immediately, boom, the body shuts down. Whatever you're eating, whatever, is just going to store itself. It's just going to chill. So if that happens, but you're having a super easy digestible diet, and everything you're eating is veggies or electrolytes filled with good nutrients, it'll still benefit you to some degree. But it's how you feel about food too. You gotta enjoy and cherish what you're eating. Like when you have those cheat meals, don't be like, oh, I ate myself eating this. No, I'd be like, oh, this is amazing. I deserve this. This is, I worked so hard for this all this week. I'm enjoying this, you know? So
that makes sense. Don't be hard on yourself.
Yeah, because that's worse.
Yeah.
That's what my mama said.
That's what my mama said. And on that note, man, that shit
we didn't even talk about your boy, Trump.
Who? Trump.
What was that?
He's out.
Well, he said.
What did he say?
I don't usually get impeached. But when I get impeached, I don't.
Yeah. He's like the Teflon Don, bro. He's out in Mar-a-Lago playing golf.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, glad he's got me, whatever. I just hate to see how this government is working, bro. Did you see that, what his lawyer said when they got interviewed? He said one of the reasons why he got acquitted was one of the pieces of evidence. They created a fake Twitter account, because a lot of this is saying that he was fueling the riots through the Twitter, but the Twitter that was posting that stuff was fake. Like, do you understand? Like, so the reporter, she's like, oh yeah, she made it so, she made like that fact. She made like such a light of it, like it was nothing. That the lawyer was like, "Do you not just hear what you made it acceptable for the government to do that? So okay, it's for Trump, so everybody hates Trump, so it's cool. But the fact that they just admitted that they do things like that,
it sets a precedent for them to like start doing dumb shit like that.
So he went in. He was like, "Yo, there's no such thing as media." He pretty much said what you had said, what everyone says. That he put it out there. You know, hopefully, man, a lot of people start realizing that
people do realize it. People do. You can't fool. You could fool some people sometime, but you can't fool all the people all the time.
Don't.
I see the light. Stand up for your rights. Shout out to my boy Bob Marley, y'all.
Shout out to Bob Marley. Shout out to Old School New Vibez. Yo, we still need more subscribers.
Yeah, we need like 1 million subscribers. We need more views.
Go there, you know. And you got a lot of people who go and watch it and they won't even like the video, share it.
Yeah. Leave a comment.
Let us know what you want us to talk about too, you know, generational debates or whatever, you know. Let us know if we got a few things coming up too, so we'll keep.
We got some guests coming up. We got some guests. Next episode, hopefully we get this guest going. And it's gonna be crazy.
Yo, love y'all. Arc_Medina in all social media platforms. Old School New Vibez, all social media platforms. Theme NYC.
It's your boy Theme, aka Theme Off the Chains. I'm officially retiring, saying, yo, that shit is off the chain.
We're gonna have a new one.
I need you young bucks to keep me in tune. Not you, because you're old, but I need you young bucks to keep me in tune with all the fucking cool lingo nowadays.
Facts.
Peace, y'all. One love. Show love, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff.